Yo, what's up, my guy?
What's up, pimpin'?
Good? Man, tough one tonight. This is a tough one tonight.
Tough one tonight against the Knicks.
That was a gut punch.
Streaking right now. Hey, man, it's all good. We're coming down the stretch run. You can't win every one, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to hop into that game, the Knicks versus the Lakers. And we're going to hop into a bunch of others and talk about what's going down this stretch run for the NBA playoffs. My name is Corey Hilliard. The boy next to you is B. Hill, a.k.a. Brandon Hill. We're the House Divided. If you've been here before, you know what to do. If it's your first time, me casa su casa, but whether you've been here before, if it's your first time, my boy B. Hill, hit him with the house rules real quick.
Guys, we're literally right now, we're deadlocked at 59 subscribers. We're getting a little bit more views and a little bit more traction on our videos. So please, as you guys are checking these out, I just want y'all to do a few things for us. Hop down there, hit that subscribe button. That helps you become a part of our House Divided family. Also, you like what you're seeing, you like what you're hearing, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. That's going to all help with the algorithm, be able to get our content out there on the platform that we want, and more people able to view us. Also, too, just so you guys can be up to date on all our latest and greatest content, they got that notification bell right down there. That's what that's for. You just go ahead and you ding that. You guys will be notified every time we drop some new videos. Last but not least, we always want to hear from you guys. Hop down there in those comment boxes. Good, bad, right, wrong, indifferent. We don't care one way or another here at the House Divided. We just want to hear from y'all. So, hopping into this thing, Corey, let's go ahead and just start with the Western Conference, because let's just be honest, it's more interesting right now, in my opinion, than the Eastern Conference. And I'm just simply saying that to say I think that the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics are running away with that conference. It may not look that way in the standings. Philadelphia's right there. But let's just be honest, Corey. Do we really believe in the players on Philadelphia other than Joel Embiid to show up come playoff time?
No,
do you?
I understand what you're saying, but there's a couple teams that I want to talk about in the East.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the West is more compelling to your point. But when we get to the East, there's some teams. There's a couple of teams I want to shout out to.
That's fair.
That deserve some love. I don't know if they're going to do anything in the playoffs, but they deserve some love and some shout outs. So let's start in the West, like you said.
No, that's fair. Starting off over here in the West, man, I mean, the Denver Nuggets are kind of just ascending to basically they've almost got that one seed on lock. I mean, I think we can safely say that they're the most consistent basketball team in the Western Conference this year. Everybody else has kind of done this. And then you got the Sacramento Kings, who have caught the Memphis Grizzlies, Corey. They are playing some excellent basketball this season. Let's start. I want to start with the Sacramento Kings right now, because this Sacramento Kings team, they have been absolutely balling lately. They have done nothing short of excellent, Corey.
Can I say this?
You go right ahead. Go right ahead.
When we were at our first NBA show, man, like a few months ago, maybe, who was on the Kings out of me and you?
You were.
To me, guy.
You were definitely higher on them. And I'm going to get into something else here in just a little bit after we kind of break down their last few games. But I'll get to it. Starting it off, though, they beat the Suns, minus KD, mind you. But they still got Devin Booker. They still got DeAndre Ayton. They still got them boys. They beat them 128-119. The game before that, they beat the New York Knicks, who just beat my Lakers tonight. And, I mean, the New York Knicks are a solid basketball team over there in that Eastern Conference. And then the New Orleans Pelicans, they beat them 123-108. They easily won that game. So the Kings right now are on a 3-game winning streak. They've caught the Memphis Grizzlies, like I mentioned, without Ja Morant. The Kings, man, with De'Aaron Fox, they got Sabonis down low. I mean, they just have a bunch of just like pieces on this squad. And then shout out to, it's the runaway candidate for head coach of the year in Mike Brown. I mean, that guy,
Mike Brown. Yeah,
for him to do what he's
sure.
done with this basketball team, I mean, Corey, coming into the season, nobody was guessing that the Sacramento Kings would be up here at this high in the standings. No way.
Bro.
I mean,
if you were getting our comment section right now, tell us you were.
Please.
I'd like to shake your hand,
man,
rub your hand, maybe take you to Vegas with me and make some bets.
Right.
Because nobody saw this coming. You know I'm a stats guy, right, B Hill? So let me run
Right.
out some offensive stats for you, and then I'm gonna give the cons to who the Kings are. First, the pros for the Kings. Offensive leader, team-wise, 121.2 points per game. That is number one in the NBA. They are number two in field goal percentage at 50.0 field goal percentage, right behind the Denver Nuggets. And in point differential, they are number 7. So for everything that they are, which is a beautiful offensive team, to me, they're the number one offensive team in the NBA. They lack in the defensive category. And that's why it's hard for me. As much as I love them, God, you know I love them. I've been on them for a minute.
That's
right.
Right
Now, defensive-wise, they are number 27. And in the playoffs, you got to be able to stop somebody. You know that, B-Hill, right? The playoffs, the game slows down, right? When it gets down to the series, the coaches can kind of game plan. So who's your defensive stopper? The Kings don't have that defensive stopper. And that's the only thing that stops me for going all in on the Kings. That, and they don't have any playoff experience. They're green behind the ears, wet as you can be, as talking about playoff experience. But,
preach.
Bro, it's the number one offense in the NBA.
If
you told me that coming into the season, that was going to be the number one offense, I'd have laughed in your face. But here they are. They're number 2 in the West. They're tied with the Grizzlies, but they have the tiebreaker over them. Love my Kings. I'm just waiting to see what comes out of it, bro.
First round exit.
Oh, you're crazy.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so if you're sitting there at so if I'm crazy, sitting there at the 2 seed right now, let's just say they meet up with, I'm not going to say my Lakers, as much as I'd like for it.
You want to.
Okay, are you picking the Sacramento Kings in a 7-game series if the Lakers have LeBron James healthy, everything else? Are you doing that? Are you? No, you're not. Stop it. Just stop it.
Here's the thing. Let me say this.
I'd love to hear.
Anybody,
I'm saying this now. Hang on. Before you say what you say, I'm saying this with the mind that I'm going to have an 85-90% LeBron. I'm going to have Anthony Davis playing at the level that he's been playing at lately. I'm going to have D'Angelo. All my pieces are healthy. So I'm knocking on wood, everything else here. So go ahead with your point.
If it's anybody but the Lakers, the Thunder, the Jazz, the Mavs, the Timberwolves, I like the Kings if any of those teams follow the 7. The Lakers is a different story because you have AD and you have LeBron and they have championship DNA. These guys won a championship together in 2020 in a bubble. All right. We can talk about the bubble all we want. Me and you have had this discussion off air. But if my Celtics would have won that bubble championship, any other team, any other fan of any other team in the NBA, had they won that 2020 bubble championship, they would be touting it and they would claim it. So I give respect to LeBron. I give respect to AD for winning that championship in 2020. That would be the only team if they got to 7 somehow and found the Kings at number 2. That would make me nervous. Other than that, I like the Kings against the Timberwolves. I like them against the Mavericks, believe it or not. I like them against the Jazz, and I like them against the Thunder. I like them against the Pels, and I like them against the Blazers. And that's the Pels with Zion, and that's the Blazers too. Like I like this Kings team against all of those teams. Push back. What you got?
The Pels with. I mean, if the Pelicans even get Zion back, I mean, what's the word on that? Do we? So okay, that's a lot. There's a lot of hypotheticals. There's a lot of hypotheticals in your statement that you just made, though. There's this, there's that.
Okay, but
I'm not taking
the
them
Pelicans,
over the. They're not beating the Mavericks. Stop it. No.
You stop it. The Mavs don't play defense.
I don't. Neither do they. We just got done talking about that.
No. Time out. You're telling me the Mavs, one of the worst defensive teams, are going to stop the number one offensive team.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when it comes down to it, are you going to trust De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis over Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic? You're really going to do that come playoff time? Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Can I tell you why?
Can I tell you why?
I'd love to hear it. Love to hear this.
Because Kyrie outside of LeBron has done zero. Look at his playoff run outside of LeBron and the Cavs.
That's
nothing.
Fair. But
Luka, one time to the conference finals, which was last year. I give him respect for that. Bro, they don't play defense. Do you think Luka is a defensive stopper?
No, I don't. I'm with you.
Do you think Kyrie is a defensive stopper?
I mean, hey man, you boosting these Kings
Kyrie's
right now. I love it.
Bro,
I love it.
Kyrie and Luka are not playing defense, bro. That's a problem.
I love it. No, but there's a problem on the other end though, and they're draining them on them. The Mavericks are a nice squad, man. They're nice. I like them. Now they don't play a lick of defense. I agree. They're one of the worst defensive teams. They don't rebound the ball particularly well. I mean, I get it. It basically, everything I'm saying here points to a team that's going to be a first-round exit. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying I like the Mavericks over them, but it'd be like a 7-game series, man. That's what I'm saying. That's going to be like a prize fighters match. They're going to be throwing blows back and forth at each other. Everything else, I just think that's how that would go. I mean, it's going to be mano a mano, best on best.
I don't know if it's 7, dog.
But in the playoffs, Corey, players that have made plays and done things before, they typically tend to show up in a big way. And I don't know if I'm yet sold on a Sabonis and a De'Aaron Fox doing anything in the playoffs yet. I have to see it before I believe it. That's where I'm at. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not definitely ruling it out. They've had a very nice season. But are you really sitting here telling me that you would pick them right now to win the Western Conference? Or that they're even in your top 3 discussion of the teams that could win the Western Conference?
Yeah, they get out of the first round for sure. They get out of the first round.
That's fine, but then they're meeting up with the 3-seed Memphis Grizzlies with the Ja Morant if all that gets figured out. I don't know, man.
Let's talk about this West because it's wide open.
That's what I'm saying.
You fell right into my trap. You fell right into my trap, bro.
I'm with you. Hit me with it.
Because who do you trust? Who do you trust? Your boys, the Nuggets, they're not your boys, but they're on a 3-game losing streak right now. They just lost to the Brooklyn Nets tonight, 122-120. They lost to the Spurs before that and the Bulls. All right, so they can be had. Not saying that, look, it's the regular season. I'm not going to count a 3-game losing streak against them. All right, but they're not a dominant, overwhelming team. They are the number 1 team in the West, but they're not dominant. All right. We still don't know what's going to happen with the Grizzlies and Ja Morant. Just as of tonight, 2 more reports came out of 2 separate stories that have not been heard of Ja Morant being in trouble and running up on people. All right. We don't have time to get into it, but just go check it out. On top of that, the Grizzlies came out and said that he is suspended until March 15th. Today's the 13th, so that's 2 days from now. And they're saying that because the NBA has yet to conclude their investigation. So we don't even know if Ja Morant's going to be available. The Suns, no Kevin Durant. The Clippers, all right? We seen what they've been with your boy who y'all got rid of, Russell Westbrook. The Golden State Warriors can't win a game on the road. The Timberwolves, the Mavs, bro, it's not out of the realm of possibility to think that the Sacramento Kings can somehow get to the NBA Finals. It's just not. It's just not. And it's not to say that the Kings, that I believe in them that much.
I'm
There's
here.
nobody else who I believe in. Who do you believe in right now? You tell me. I'll kick it over to you. Who's winning the West right now if you had to pick a team? Now sit back and listen.
It's tough. It's tough. I mean, if you gotta give Golden State some props, though. Just because of who they are, what they have on their team. You said it earlier in the show, championship DNA. Okay? And then you also, if the Phoenix Suns have a healthy Kevin Durant, man, they're going to be a problem. If. That's a big if. I'm saying if here for a reason. But, and I mean, hell, the Lakers with LeBron back. I'm not throwing that out of the realm of possibility. I'm just not. I mean,
can we?
It's all.
Can we talk about your Lakers real quick?
That's fine. Let's get.
All right, so let's talk about your Los Angeles Lakers while we're on the subject.
Let's do it.
Because to me, bro, and I'll kick it over to you and let you run down this Knicks game tonight and kind of talk about the previous run that they've been on. To me, this is the ultimate wild card. I'm being 100%. All of the teams that we just went through, a healthy LeBron, a healthy AD, D'Lo, the young pieces y'all got. This team is the ultimate wild card. We've had this conversation, so I can give it to the viewers before I kick it over to you. I've been saying, what have I been saying? What's my motto the last 2 or 3 days? No what?
No LeBron, no problem.
No LeBron, no problem. I think this team is better than LeBron. You can call it a hot take. You can call it me trying to get some views or whatever. I firmly believe that. I think without LeBron, y'all are a better team. You're better defensively. LeBron is not the same defensive player. He doesn't get back on defense. And he hogs the ball. He pounds the crap out of it, right? It doesn't move the same when LeBron's in the game. And I say that before I kick it over to you. D'Lo's not going to do what he's doing right now if LeBron's back. I think the ball sticks a little bit more with LeBron. He takes 8 threes a game at least. He only makes like 1 or 2 of them, right? Wow. If he gets hot for a 2-game stretch, and he might make like 3 or 4 out of 8. But I'm just saying, it's crazy, right? Listen to me, it's crazy. I'm saying that the all-time leading scorer and one of the top 5 NBA players of all time makes y'all worse. And then I'll give it to you, my guy. You can talk about the Knicks game tonight, and you can talk about the chances with LeBron coming back.
No, that's wow. That's
what? Tell me I'm wrong, B. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong. You're wrong. I've been telling you you're wrong on this. I disagree with that. I do not agree with that. I mean, we'll start with the game tonight. Just for instance, you said you didn't watch the game. I watched this game. And what I watched in the final 2 minutes of the game, right? About the final minute. Let's just go final minute. I think we were down like something like 6 points, something like that. We did not have a guy to facilitate the offense in the way that LeBron James, because there's certain times of the game to where you have to slow things down and you have to be able to make the right play to be able to win the game. We didn't have a guy that could put the ball on the floor and take it to the bucket. We had Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is one of those guys that thrives in like a pick and roll situation to where he has another dominant player with him in the pick and roll. D'Angelo Russell was really nice for us tonight, but when it counted and when we needed a bucket, we just needed a layup, Corey. That's all we needed. We needed somebody that could take the ball to the hole and get a bucket. That's LeBron James. That is. And when LeBron James is on the floor, it changes the whole entire dynamic of the basketball game. He has that much influence on the game. The guy's averaging 29, almost 30 points a game, Corey. He's averaging damn near 8 assists and like 9 to 10 rebounds. Stop it. Just no. I'm not gonna sit here and he's like one of the best chase down blockers we've ever seen. I mean, right before he got hurt.
When he wants to.
And when he needs to. What are you talking about, man? All I'm saying is you being a little disrespectful. That's all. And I would expect nothing less from a Celtics fan. I appreciate you. I really do. That's real. It's real. We are a better basketball team with LeBron James. That's just absurd to say that we're not. I'm sorry. This is where the house gets divided. No.
That same LeBron James had y'all at the 13th seed in the West. You can talk about who you added and who you subtracted.
But that's not fair though, because you're acting like the game against the Mavericks that he got hurt in. That was LeBron. The ball was moving. We were playing great defense. That was happening.
But B, y'all were down 27.
It was happening. And we came back and we came back and we won that thing. We came back and we won that thing.
Same reason I told you the Mavericks would not beat the Kings in a 7-game series. Because the Mavs don't play defense. You came back against a team that plays zero damn defense.
I can't wait.
That's what I'm saying about the Mavericks.
I can't wait. I can't wait till he gets back and he just gets to prove you wrong. I don't understand.
As a Celtics fan, I hope I'm praying for him to come back. Please, as a Celtics fan, come on back, LeBron. Come back and join the fray. It's the ball movement. No Bron, no problem. The ball moves. Everybody's involved. Reeves, Schroeder.
So hang on. So you're telling me that you would rather have the ball in your hand in the hands of D'Angelo Russell than LeBron James? Is what you're telling me right now?
I think you're a better offensive team without LeBron dominating the ball. Now
he doesn't dominate the ball like that, though. That you're saying, it really doesn't. It really doesn't.
He's averaging. What's his average? What is he averaging?
What are you talking? 29.
How do you score 29 a game and not dominate the ball, my guy?
Because he's efficient.
Okay. I'll say
he's averaging over 50% field goal shooting. You could say what you want about it from the three. I'll give you that. He's improved his free throw shooting. He's over 75% for the year. The man hurt his damn foot, and you over here talking about we better without him. Stop it. That's disrespectful,
the only thing that scares me.
You need superstars. You need superstars in this league, and there's not one bigger than LeBron James. I don't care what nobody says. Still to this damn day, there ain't one bigger.
I'm not sold on LeBron, obviously, but the only thing that scares me about y'all getting LeBron back in a 7-game series, if he stays healthy, there's no more experience. Player in the NBA than LeBron James.
But we're better without him. But we're better without him.
Because if he's not hitting his outside shot, the defense can just collapse on him and play back. That's all I'm saying.
Well, then go ahead and play back. And whenever you play back, we're going to dump that thing down there to AD with that pick and roll. And we're going to it's going to be nasty. And then we got D'Angelo Russell and Malik Beasley out there. Stop it. Austin Reeves, AR-15 coming off the bench on them boys. Oklahoma Boomer Sooner. You want to move on now.
We can agree to disagree. We can agree to move on. I'm just telling you, I'm not sold on LeBron, dog. I'm not.
Wow.
I'm not.
I didn't know he had to sell people anymore. Okay,
whoa, time out. What has he done in the last 3 years that I need to be convinced?
He won a championship in 2020. What you talking about?
That was after a 4-month layoff. So after that, what happened?
You were just giving
where have they been the last
earlier.
2 or 3 years?
Now you knocking us.
I'm giving him credit for that championship, but he's getting older. He's more
2021, that playoff series against the Phoenix Suns, we were up 2-1 and freaking AD pops his hammy. Or his groin or something happened. And that was a wrap. In that offseason, our brilliant idea was let's let Caruso walk and go get Russell Westbrook.
That was LeBron's brilliant idea.
And
that was
it blew up.
LeBron's brilliant idea.
And it blew up in their damn face. It blew up in their face. I'll admit that. But we got rid of that cancer. Since we did that, since the trade deadline, they're 8-4. Even with the loss tonight, we're still 8-4. That's fine.
And he's played a game and a half out of those 12. That's
but
cool.
that just goes to show you, though, we are a better team, but not without him. We are a better team overall. And when you insert a LeBron James into that, he's not a selfish basketball player. LeBron James has never been known as a selfish basketball player. If anything, he's been a little bit too. He needs to be more selfish sometimes. You see what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. I don't agree with it, but we'll just agree to disagree on this. That's perfectly fine. House divided. House divided. Right on. There it is. All right, Tim, man. That pretty much covers the West. I mean, it's a log jam right now. You just got to win. You cannot afford to lose games, because if you lose games, somebody else is going to win one. And with this many teams that close, golly, there's no telling. It's going to be an interesting last little 14, 15 games of the season, let me tell you. So,
no doubt.
With that being said, let's hop over here into this East. You got the Milwaukee Bucks. They're still just looking solid. They lost the game the other night to the Golden State Warriors. But again, that's that team. That's that team I told you. You better watch out. You know what I'm saying? They're coming. So, staying in the East, though, then you got the Boston Celtics. You guys have won 2 straight since the last time we did our video. That's why I told you my concern level is very minimal right now with your Boston Celtics. Right. You guys have absolute bucket getters. I don't have to get into all that. Everybody that watches this show knows how I feel. Again, the Philadelphia 76ers, I'll continue to say it, and people call me a hater, whatever. They're fool's gold. They're not real. They will not make it past the second round of the playoffs. You can book it right now. Right now. Because honestly, you're going to see yourselves facing up with either the Milwaukee Bucks or the Boston Celtics. And you ain't picking, and I ain't picking the Philadelphia 76ers over either one of them teams in a 7-game series. So, I know you got some kudos you want to hand out over here in the Eastern Conference, everything else. So, let's hear it. Who am I sleeping on?
No. Man, this is going to sound so stupid. This is why I hate talking about sports out loud. Because I have these ideas in my head.
Okay. Hit me with it.
The Brooklyn Nets, bro.
Whoa.
And I'm definitely not picking them to win the championship, B. I'm not. I swear I'm not. But they just beat the number 1 team in the West tonight. Okay? They beat the Timberwolves, who are trending up, by the way. They lost to the Bucks by 5 before that. They beat the Rockets, the Hornets, and they beat the Celtics. They're just a team that's going to be a tough out to me. And for everything that Brooklyn gave up, think about when the trade deadline happened, you give up Kyrie and you give up KD, and everybody's like kind of laughing at the Nets, like, oh my God, look at this dysfunctional franchise.
Right.
My guy, they're 5-5 in their last 10.
No, right? I'm with you.
They're in the 5 seed right now in the East, ahead of the Knicks, who just beat your Lakers. So it's not like they completely fallen off, and it's not like they went anywhere, right? They're on a 2-game winning streak. They're 5-5 in their last 10. I just think whoever gets them in the first round in the East is going to have a really, really, really tough time with that team, dog. And I say that just to give them some love, because I love what Mikal Bridges is doing, Spencer Dinwiddie, Cam Thomas. Like, they just got a nice little nucleus. If you can somehow add a superstar to that team, however you can do it, it's going to be a nice team going forward. You know what I mean? The second team I want to give some kudos to, and I hate to do this, the New York Knicks, 7-3 in their last 10. They were on a 9-game win streak until they lost to the Clippers, and then they came back and beat your Lakers tonight. This is most of it without Jalen Brunson. Quickly, the backup point guard, he's coming and play nice. Beat my Celtics. They beat the Lakers tonight. It's just a nice nucleus team. What you would want more out of the Knicks is a more consistent Julius Randle and a way more consistent RJ Barrett. If RJ Barrett can be the guy that he is every 3 or 4 games, if he can just turn that into more consistent, they'll be a serious, serious problem. And then the 4th team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell, we all seen what he can do in the playoffs.
Darius
That dude
Garland
is an absolute monster. Darius Garland. They're one of the best defensive teams in the NBA, and if I'm not mistaken, they are the #1 defensive team in the NBA. They give the least amount of points in the NBA right now at 106.6.
Yep.
So that's going to be a problem. So those 3 teams, the Cavs, the Nets, the Knicks. Now, me and you are not picking them to beat the Sixers, the Celtics, or the Bucks, but don't be surprised if you look up in playoff time, all right, and you see the Bucks and the Celtics in a second-round series with either one of these 3 teams, and it's going to a game 6 for the Bucks and for the Celtics. Just don't be surprised, and don't be surprised if it gets to a game 7. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. Now, a game 7, the Bucks against the Cavs, the Nets, the Knicks, I picked them to win. The Celtics, game 7, Cavs, Knicks, who's the other one? Nets. I picked them to win. Yeah, but I'm just saying, don't be surprised if one of those 3 teams can push the Bucks or the Celtics in a series to a game 6 or a game 7. I'm not banking on it. I wouldn't put my 401k on it. I wouldn't put my yearly salary on it.
I'm with you.
But crazier things have happened.
You're bold tonight, man. I love it. I'm
not bold. I'm just being a realist.
I mean, the Sacramento Kings are going to the finals, and I think it's a 5-game. I think. Time out.
I didn't say the Sacramento Kings
did.
Go to the finals.
You did.
I said it's not out the realm of possibility for them to win the West. That's all I said.
All right, but no, I don't agree with that take that you just said on the Eastern Conference. We're just disagreeing tonight. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are the only team that could possibly push the Bucks or the Celtics to a 6-game series. 6 at the most. The most. Those other 2 teams, the Nets or the Knicks. The Knicks, first of all, they're not going to beat the Sixers in the first round anyways if the playoffs started today. So that don't matter.
The matchup, B.
Yeah, you're right. They could face up with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I don't see the Knicks getting a 3. So the Knicks are either, to me, going to be the 4 or the 5 seed. So they're either going to have to play.
They're 3 games back. They're 3 games back of the Cavs right now, and they're tied with the Nets essentially, mathematically, at 9.5 games.
They're not catching the Cavs. Are you telling me the Knicks are going to catch the Cavs and take 4?
No, I'm not saying that. I think that the Knicks are going to go up to 5, and I think Brooklyn's sliding back to 6. I think that's what's going to happen. I think the Knicks are they're a better basketball team than the Brooklyn Nets.
So you have the Cavs beating the Knicks in the first round, the 4 or 5 matchup.
Absolutely. 7-game series, but I got them 6-7 game. But yeah, that just because of star power, man. I'm always going to revert back to superstars when it comes to playoff time, or star players per se. I don't know if I'm necessarily putting Donovan Mitchell in a superstar category, but he's like right there. I'm not superstar. I'm not a superstar.
Okay, let me ask you this.
He's on the cusp. He's on the cusp, but he's not. But they got a nice nucleus over there. I like the Darius Garland. I like the Donovan Mitchell. I like the Karis LeVert. I like Jared Allen. I like Mobley.
Let me ask you a question. Rank these
nice.
4 players in this series. Rank these 4 players.
Okay.
Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Julius Randle, and who's a point guard? Brunson. Rank those 4 players 1 to 4.
I got Brunson at 4. I got who was it? It was Julius Randle, Brunson,
Darius Garland,
and Donovan Mitchell.
then
Donovan Mitchell's definitely number 1, and it's
I
really
agree.
it's hard. I'm stuck on this 2 to 3 one though between Julius Randle and Darius Garland, because one, they play a different position and they have a different need to their basketball teams. The I'm taking a Darius Garland over a Julius Randle. Personally, just because of the way that the game is played today. You see what I'm saying? And Darius Garland, he's next up as far as like being one of those upper echelon point guards in the league. I mean, is he not top 10 right now in the point guard rankings in the league? I mean,
who is
Darius Garland? He's definitely he's right there. He's right there. Right there. He's nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he's not nice.
I'm not saying you're not saying that.
I'm taking Darius Garland over Brunson, I'll tell you that. I'll say that. And that might be crazy take, whatever, and I might get proven wrong, and the Knicks could beat the Cavs. You never know. But, come on.
Now, here's where I'm at with it. Donovan Mitchell, number 1. Julius Randle, number 2. And then you can flip-flop for me. You can flip-flop Brunson and Garland.
That's fair. I don't respect Julius Randle. He balled tonight, but he's still if you stop the dude going left, he has no game, 0 game going to the right. Zero game. You know what I mean? So it's like, dude,
he finds a way to get to his left. And me and you talked about this off air. That dude frustrates the ever living crap out of me. He's played in the last 3 All-Star games.
No, he's solid. He's very solid. He's a double-double walking into the gym. He's a double-double every night.
Good player.
And he
hits big shots.
He plays hard, too. Like, that dude, he is out there giving it his all on that court. I can tell. He outplayed Anthony Davis tonight. He absolutely did. He outplayed AD.
Which I didn't see coming. I did not see that coming, bro.
He was getting buckets, man. Like I told you, we've talked about this. Either Julius Randle's either hot or he's freaking cold as hell, and you're like, I wish you would shoot that 3. Tonight, he was shooting that thing, and he was hitting it. RJ Barrett even hit a couple threes. I was like, when that happened, I was like, we're losing tonight. We're not going to win. So.
All right.
But enough of that.
All right.
So
I'll say this about my Celtics before we get out of here. My Celtics, we're a game and a half behind the Bucks, but I will say this. The last 2 times we played the 76ers, we beat them twice.
You guys you can beat them.
So I like them. I like them in the second series. If we get the 2 seed, I like them in the second round against the 76ers.
Okay, before we hop off of here, assuming that that's going to be a second round matchup, let's just say you stick at the 2 seed and they stay at the 3 seed. Let's just assume that happens.
Yeah.
The top 4 players in that one, rank them. You got Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Joel Embiid, and James Harden.
Ooh. Well, Harden would be 4th. Brown would be 3rd. As much as I love Jason Tatum, I would say Embiid's probably 1.
I like that.
Jason Tatum's a very, very, very close 2.
He really is.
Truth be told, bro, Jaylen Brown is a very, very close 3 to Tatum's 2. And that's what people don't realize about why we've been the 1 seed the most of the year until we went on this little slide. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum have kind of figured it out. And I think what Jason Tatum has done, if I'm just being honest, he's averaging 30 a game, B. If Jason Tatum really wanted to, bro, he's averaging 30 right now. He could be averaging 34, 35.
Easy. But he doesn't have to.
The smart thing he does he's come back off of that, and he's let Jaylen Brown get his more.
I
think that's so smart for what Jason Tatum has done, to back off the gas, not be selfish, and let Jaylen Brown get his and be a top 12. He's a top 12 scorer in the league right now, bro. Like, Jaylen Brown would be a number one on over half the NBA teams right now if you just look at his scoring average.
Right.
So that's smart by what Jason Tatum has done. You know what I mean? I
don't know. I'm hearing myself.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
All right.
You there?
Yeah, but no, I don't know. Do you agree with that? Is that like a good point by me or a bad point? I just felt like Jason Tatum kind of said, I don't need to score all the points. I have Jaylen Brown right here who's emerging.
Jaylen Brown has already emerged.
Yeah,
he's not emerging. He's already emerged. Like, he's top 10. On the cusp, might mess around and be top 5. I'm not ready to put him in top 5. I can name probably about 6, 7 guys better than Jaylen Brown right now. But there's arguments to be made that he could possibly be a top 5 guy. Jason Tatum's definitely top 5. But when you have those kind of talents, those 2 wing players that you guys have, and then you add a Marcus Smart, you add a Robert Williams, you add a Derek White, you know what I'm saying? You got Al Horford down there to do all the dirty work for you. Get those rebounds, those offensive rebounds, get it back out to the guys that need to hit them. But you guys are just scary. You're scary. But I say all that to be said that the Milwaukee Bucks are still the number 1 team in the East right now.
They are.
And
they are. They're a lot of people's favorites. They're the betting favorites. They're everybody else's favorites.
I hope
understand right now.
To be honest,
as a Celtics fan,
hey,
I think they're the favorite to win it right now.
As a Lakers fan, just as good as I was talking about you guys, I hope y'all don't make the finals. I really don't, because I'm just being real. We're locked up at 17 right now, my guy. I've been on record saying that you guys are definitely in better position to win the 18th one before we do, but we're tied at 17, and I kind of want it to stay that way. I don't want you guys to get 18. No way.
Yeah.
Anybody but y'all, to be completely honest, wouldn't bother me one bit. If my Lakers, I'm not.
It's definitely vice versa. I feel the same way about the Lakers. I'll say this before we get out. Give me your right now. Who's your league MVP before we shut it down?
Oh,
I'll give you mine because I already know who mine is.
Who?
Joel.
You went there. See, it's him or Jokic.
I just think he dominates. Yeah, I think he dominates the game like no other. And the 2 times he's matched up with the Nuggets, he's absolutely abused.
This is the year. I mean, Joel Embiid, this has been an argument, I would say, probably for the last couple seasons with Joel Embiid and Jokic, who's better, this and that. It's really, they're both great players. They're both great. They both affect the game in different ways.
Yeah.
I think in today's NBA, in the modern NBA, a Jokic, just the way that dude can drop a triple-double with, like, he can have 40 points. He can have, like, 10 assists and, like, 15, 16 rebounds. He just... Like, yeah, and he does it. He does it. He makes it look so effortless. Now, Joel Embiid, I'm saying that. I mean, this is the thinnest of lines right here, in my opinion. Hairs. It's like, who do you want? I'd take either one of them on my Lakers right now. Either one of them, and they can have whoever they want on my roster. So, Joel Embiid is just more dominant. He's a better defensive player. He's just like, Jokic has the passing and the skill. It's your typical European player, but I believe they're both European players, if I'm not mistaken. So, I don't know, man. Golly, just because you said Joel Embiid, I'm going to say Jokic, just because I think that the MVP voters are a little biased. I think that they want to see Jokic win that third in a row, and he's on the number one team in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's the leader of that basketball team. And if I'm not mistaken, the dude rarely misses basketball games. Like, he's very reliable.
He plays every game. The only thing that I give him over Embiid is his passing ability.
Oh, it's nasty.
The way he sets up his teammates. He sees the game like no other big man, basically no other player right now that I can think of sees the game.
It's kind of like, the way that I look at this is kind of like that year when Steve Nash won the MVP and Kobe was absolutely balling. And he took Smush Parker and Kwame Brown and Chris Mim to the first round of the playoffs, the 7th seed. Yeah. And it was like, you take Kobe off of that team, they're absolute trash. You take Steve Nash off of those Suns teams, they're still making the playoffs, in my opinion. That was just like, so that's where I'm at this season. That's how close it is. But I don't think that year was close to where they gave it to Steve Nash. That's what I think they're going to do with the Jokic. And I think Joel Embiid has been the most dominating force in the NBA this year. I mean, there's just hands down. But they're going to give it to Jokic. It's just going to happen.
Yeah. No argument here.
And Joel Embiid's missed some games, and like you said, Jokic just don't miss games. He plays.
Yeah, he plays.
So, and I'll knock on wood for my guy because I don't want to see him get hurt. That'd be terrible. So, all right, man. So is that all? You got anything else you want to touch on tonight?
No, that's it, man. We'll hop back on here soon, but that was a good show.
Okay. Guys, hop down there in those comments. We want to hear from y'all. Who's y'all's MVP? Who you think's going to take it home? And who do you see kind of taking the lead in the West or the East? Let us know. Are we off subject here? Did we do good? Whatever. We just want to hear from you guys. Also, hit that subscribe button. Become a part of this House Divided family. And always tap that notification bell so you guys can be up to date. And if you liked what you seen, you like what you heard, there's that thumbs up button. That really helps us out as well. So, as always, it's my guy Corey over here. It's B Hill. We signed on in tonight. And now